more federal workers are losing their jobs as the government shutdown and this political standoff drags on. Some of those firings now on hold as a federal judge in San Francisco ordered the administration on Wednesday to immediately stop the layoffs, ruling that they're unlawful. And in her decision, the judge said that the planned layoffs were politically motivated, adding, quote, "The politics that infuses what's going on is being trumpeted out loud in this case." So the ruling pauses the layoffs of more than 4,000 federal workers across 7 agencies. And that began last week. So those include workers at the IRS, the Treasury, cybersecurity workers at the Department of Homeland Security. Also, hundreds of CDC employees. Health and Human Services has seen nearly the entire special ed staff, and also the special ed staff at the Education Department. And White House Budget Director Russ Vought says he's just getting started.
We're definitely talking thousands of people. We want to be very aggressive where we can be in shuttering the bureaucracy, not just the funding, but the bureaucracy that we now have an opportunity to do that. And that's where we're going to be looking for our opportunities. I think we'll probably end up being north of 10,000.
Meanwhile, on the Hill, Democrats and Republicans seem as far apart as ever.
If my Democratic friends stick to their guns and say we're not going to open up government until you tell us your plan, and we want to make sure it works for fixing the health care delivery system, they're going to be waiting. We're going to be shut down a long time.
Ever since Trump's big, beautiful bill was passed, we knew this was happening. They've refused to negotiate. And anyone thinks that tomorrow they'll suddenly start negotiating, I think is smoking what is illegal in many states.
Okay. Joining me now in the group chat, Jasmine Wright, White House correspondent for Notice, Doug Heye, Republican strategist, and Megan Hayes, former director of message planning at the Biden White House. I'm going to start with my partisans on messaging because I was watching Republicans this week, Mike Johnson and others, and I heard 2 lines of talking points. One is, this is Chuck Schumer's fault, this is Chuck Schumer's problem, and you need to put pressure on him to end it. And the second one was Democrats are being unreasonable, and everything you see that's happening is their fault. Do you think the voters are actually seeing it that way?
I think it depends on who we define as the voters. Both parties are talking to their bases.
Independents. That's who I'm always talking about, right?
Well,
because it's not like Schumer's the most beloved Democrat ever. So I don't think there's a bunch of Democrats that are like, oh yeah, we should, fight for him.
I don't think it's clear at this point. And part of it is they're not necessarily paying attention to all the machinations in Washington. And there are so many machinations in Washington constantly, especially.
But you don't think it's left Washington, like with the airports and like if you go to a national park right now, like the doors are.
But that's about it. And that was true in the 2013 shutdown.
Okay.
When I worked in the House of Representatives, Obama's administration blocked off the World War II memorial, for instance, and we saw national parks being closed. That happens in every shutdown. The reality is we always have a situation in these where one party or the other says, look, we've done our job. We passed a clean CR.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to do your job. You're not going to hold us hostage. This time, the difference is it's Republicans who are making that argument. It's usually the Democrats.
Although, gentle plea from me to all messaging, please stop saying hostage. Like, what are we doing? Post October 7th, stop. Jasmine Wright, I want to go to you for a second because Russell Vought is like, yes, excited. This is my time. Is this an extension of the DOGE project? Meaning a window of opportunity to hack away at what he calls the bureaucracy?
It's definitely a window of opportunity. I don't know if it's an extension of the DOGE project because it's not being run by Elon Musk. It's being run by Russ Vought, who, unlike Musk and other folks at DOGE, has studied these type of issues, what you can do in a shutdown, whether or not you can do BRIFs, for years and years and years, not just the last 4 years when Donald Trump was not in office, but for years before then. This has kind of been his thing. And so I think that, yes, you're seeing this White House feel like they have an opportunity. They're saying it out loud, and you're seeing them act on it. I asked one White House official whether or not they believe or the intention of doing these RIFs was to set a precedent that kind of exists in the gray area, right? Layoffs during a shutdown have never happened. And they said it's not the intention, but if we are doing it, then so be it, and we believe that we are on the legal right foot here.
Which is why we're talking about the courts so much.
But Russell Vought didn't study hard enough because a judge yesterday just said that it was illegal to do this. So Democracy Forward filed a lawsuit, and now it got put into place that they are now able to lay off these people. It's against the law. I know they don't believe in the rule of law, but The American people still do, and this is just goes to show you that the court system is still the backstop for what this administration is
But
doing.
in the
It's
meantime,
unlawful.
to your
Until I
point,
guess it
do
gets to the
think people
appeals
are
court.
feeling it. I want to play an example for you. In the CNN town hall last night, Senator Bernie Sanders took a question from an audience member. Here that is.
We're going to do everything that we can to bring an end to this terrible shutdown, which is hurting you and which is hurting 1 million federal employees and millions of people who use federal services. But also, we have got to be cognizant that if Trump wins this fight, our healthcare system could well collapse and tens of thousands of people could die every single year. I don't want to look at it like a political fight. We're going to win it because the American people are on our side.
What struck me about this is you have this woman from Mississippi. She's like, I can't get a home loan because the department that is supposed to do that work is not just airports and national parks, right? And she was saying to a Democrat, look, help. And I want to ask you, it's fine to have a plan to go in. What is the exit plan out?
Well, I've always said you shouldn't close down the government unless you have a plan to open it. So I don't actually know what the exit plan is. I think that when people start getting their notices about how much their health care is going to go up, and when people miss their first full paycheck, I think both people will act a lot more, both sides will act a lot more swiftly.